Hello, welcome back to Creeping and Colorful. Today is Sinister Saturday. I'm Lori, and Mark is going to be reading a story out of the Very Scary Almanac. Actually, he's going to read the introduction to this book to you. Uh, it's 2 pages long, so you can. He's just going to read that area today, and then we'll see if he wants to venture into the other stories. And while he's doing that, I'm going to start on this page. I did pick this page out of, The Beauty of Horror 7, Backwards Records. And I picked Born in the USDK, Bruce Springsteen, which would be Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen. I picked this one because of it being our nation's 250th USA. So this was the only one that was kind of that theme in this whole book. So I decided, well, what better time to color it than now? So I'm going to zoom you in, and hopefully I will keep you zoomed in on where I'm at. And here's Mark.
Here's Johnny. Alrighty. The Very Scary Almanac. A little bit about it as we get started. It says it's about featuring frightening facts about vampires, werewolves, zombies, leeches, rats, Lizzie Borden, Friday the 13th, the Loch Ness Monster, Edgar Allan Poe, which we've talked about him before, the Bermuda Triangle, morticians, cannibals, grave robbers, Jack the Ripper, horror movies, and more. And the best for last, Bigfoot, by Eric Elfman, illustrated by William Suckow. And the back says, have you ever wondered, did Lizzie Borden really give her mother 40 whacks? Can you find a Ghostbuster in the Yellow Pages? We found a Ghostbuster car the other day. Do mortuary schools have football teams? Well, you can stop wondering and read this book. You'll find the answers to these and hundreds of other questions in the Very Scary Almanac, a no-nonsense reference book for young people who enjoy having the daylight scared out of them. Speaking of such, starting off, it says, this is for Jan, who late at night, while I was working on the scariest parts of this book, took great delight in sneaking up behind me and shouting, "Boo!" All right, contents, introduction, and then the first of 3 stories under the caption Creepy Culture, Monsters, Ghouls, and Featured Creatures. And the introduction to start. The horror. Joseph Conrad, Heart of Darkness. A high school girl is babysitting when suddenly all the lights in the house flicker out. Is it a blown fuse? The girl gropes around for a flashlight and heads down the cobwebbed cellar stairs to the fuse box. But there's nothing the matter with the fuses. She switches them on and off. The fuses are fine. Someone has severed the line to the house. She breaks out in a sweat. Then she hears what sounds like the picnic table on the back patio being dragged across the cement, and the creak of the kitchen window being opened. Finally, she hears the shuffle and thud of someone stepping onto the kitchen table and jumping to the floor. She hears a snuffling sound. Ow! A growl. That was my cat jumping on my leg. The door from the kitchen opens. She's afraid to look, but she has to. And what she sees standing at the top of the stairs makes her blood run cold and freezes the scream in her throat. There's nothing funny about this scene, but we pay lots of money to see ones just like it in movies every day. Why do we do it? What is it about the horror that's so intoxicating? Could it be that maybe being afraid is fun? Think about it. That tingling sensation running from the base of your neck down your spine can really be quite pleasant. It's thrilling to think that ghosts and spirits and demons are real. Stretching your imagination is more exciting than stretching your legs. It's fun to imagine that the worst may happen, especially when you least expect it. Envision a hideously rotting corpse appearing in the bathroom mirror as you brush your teeth. People have always known fear. They have been scared of monsters, demons, witches, curses, and ghosts. Experts in the fields of folklore, the beliefs, customs, and stories shared by a group of people. And anthropology, the study of humanity and the origins of our cultures, explain that ancient peoples invented these creatures as a way to deal with their fear of things they could not understand. The cause of a crop failure, they might imagine, was a demon out for revenge. A howling wind could be the shrieking voice of a murdered man seeking vengeance. Crop circles in the field. How'd they get there? Of course, to be fair, it is possible that people believed and often still do believe in monsters, demons, witches, and ghosts and aliens and Bigfoot because they saw them with their own eyes. Every culture throughout history has believed in one form of the supernatural or another. Is it just coincidence? Have people throughout the ages and around the globe just made up the same things? Or could it be that witches' spells really can work magic? That demons and monsters are lying in wait to pounce on the darkness? That villagers have watched werewolves attack travelers? That mourning relatives have seen loved ones from the grave as zombies? We know all too well that madmen do roam the earth. Why not zombies, ghouls, and ghosts? Are they really any less far out than the people who frequent our nightly news? So, lock the doors, turn out the lights, and settle in. But don't get too comfortable. You're going to read about the very scariest things in the world, and chances are you'll never feel quite as safe again. And we'll just get started as to an introduction to this next start of the book under creepy culture. It says every society in every land and every time has had its own legends about monsters. These creeps date back as far as the Middle Ages and slither through history right up to the latest horror movie villain. Read on and discover the scariest characters, both past and present, of legend, book, and film. Monsters, ghouls, and featured creatures. Listen to them, the children of the night, what music they make. Following is a catalog of the most loathsome monsters and terrifying creatures from around the world. Although many of them haven't been spotted in quite some time, there's always the possibility that they are laying in wait for some innocent victim. And some of these are to be highlighted as such: the Blob, Frankenstein's monster, ghouls, Godzilla, Jinn, oh, those they say are bad, Jan, the Jinn, Shut Hands, Merida, the Mummy, vampires, werewolves, zombies. Oh my. And that would be the first part in the next reading under creepy culture. All right. Yeah.
Oh, what a way to leave us hanging. Well, now you know what is going to be going on in the book when we get to it next Sinister Saturday. Just a little preview of what's in store, and in the meantime, you can figure out maybe and put in the comments what you believe in, or what you think might be real, or just a myth, just a story to tell around the campfire. So I'm using gel pen basically. I used silver gel pen for the knife, and then for the gold gel pen I used for those little studs there, and the metal part that's in the back, and then Prismacolor pencil for the handle. And now I'm just using this red gel pen. I always, like I say, I always use a lot of red, so luckily this is one from Dollar General. I'm such a cheap person, aren't I? Hey, it colors red and it works, and that's all that matters to me. I don't have to have the really expensive Languo pens, gel pens, to color a page. These haven't put me in a tight spot yet, so what are you gonna do? It's only cost me $1 and it's working fine. So yeah, I didn't know which. Actually, I know I wanted to do I know that I wanted to do a page in one of my Beauty of Horror books, and luckily I found this page. I got pretty many pages done in this book already, and this one isn't too hard of a page to do. It's not really that bad, and really not that gruesome, darn it. But we'll make it through this one. I'm going to do as much of the blood that I can. I'm going to finish up all the blood. I'm planning on doing, of course, regular blue jeans, denim for the pants. The hat I'm going to do red and white somehow, and the shirt, because of this being on here, I didn't want to do the shirt red, although red, white, and blue would have been a good idea. I decided that I'm going to make his shirt like brown or tan, just because. I mean, it's already going to mess with his arms and stuff, but maybe I can make him zombie-ish, because he's already got to be dead. Holy crap, look at all that. So I could do it that way, but you know, I didn't want it. It would have clashed with the and I wasn't going to make his jeans red and his top blue. That would have looked funky as heck. But yeah, there is actually no rules when you're coloring. Whatever comes to mind and whatever floats your boat. That would work. But now I'm going to have to think about whether or not I wanted to make him a zombie, because of him being... I wonder if these were his friends. They stabbed him in the back. That was a bad joke. Usually, if it's not family, it's friends that do that, so either or. How's your guys' day going? Because ours wasn't too bad. We just got home a little bit ago. We're done. We're done. Put a fork in us. We're done. Not a knife, a fork. We're done. We're Now we're in relax mode, chill mode. We got all our running around done, and tomorrow's another day, but until then, we're just going to enjoy the rest of the evening. Because the cats are fed, they're not going to pest. Well, they were pesting Mark, but other than that, we're settled in, and it seemed like a good a time as any to get this in for you guys before we really start to, we're old. We start to fade away because we had such a big day and we did a lot of running around. That's when you sit down after that and you've got everything done and you're like, and then you fall asleep. The next sound you make is a snore. So before that happened, I thought we could work on this video and get this one in. Yeah, let's see what I do. I always say to you guys that if I don't finish it now, we'll do it in the next video, which would be Terrifying Tuesday. And then what do? I get engrossed in it after I'm done with the video, and I just like, well, I'm in the mood now. I'm going to finish it. I'm in the zone. Boy, this one's bad. It's all the way up here in the wording. I don't know what I'm going to do with the wording. What color I want to make that. I mean, I could go red, white, blue, red, white, blue. That would get a little crazy trying to read it then. But I know in this book already, which is what I'm going to do one time when I'm bored and I have nothing better to do. Yeah, right. Like that happens often. I'm probably going to go through this book and have to show you when I'm done here around this letter. For the most part, this book I have in my mind what Guliana is supposed to look like, and I'm gonna keep, as long as she's wearing the same clothing, I'm just gonna keep her the same throughout the book. Hadn't really looked at her to see. I only think I colored her one time in the whole time that I've had these books, and it wasn't in here. I colored her in the other one that had to do with amusement parks, haunted. Oh, I can't forget what it's called. I can't remember what number it is or what it was called, but here, I'll show you. If you see these lines in here, well, in my other pictures in this book, I've always done it with black. See, I always use black for the striping. So I'm basically, let's see if I have any other ones I can show you. So I'm basically going to keep the black stripe. And that's a black glitter gel pen. See, I've done it through most of the book. So that's what I'm going to do here. These are going to be every other one. I got my black glitter gel pens ready. I'll go through them like crazy too. I've already told you I bought a whole crap load off of Amazon, so when I need them again, they'll be there for me to get. So and that's good. I wish you could find red. Maybe I'll just maybe I put it in the search. Duh. And maybe I could find some red glitter or just red gel pen refills, because I got a crap load of them and it wasn't a bad price either. So, and they're lasting me a good time. It's good to know that I have them, that I can just, if I see something that I want to color black, I don't have to worry about going, oh, well, I have enough ink to finish it. Hate when that happens. Or when you still have ink, but they decide that they're just not gonna color anymore. That I hate too. But I had some of these gel pens from when I first colored, and they're about shot now. I'm finally getting to the point where they just don't want to perform anymore. So That's when I can justify getting new gel pens. And I didn't think I was going to be getting any other supplies anytime soon, but I did today, and I'll probably do a video. If I have time tomorrow, maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait till Monday. But I got a few things at a thrift shop and at Ollie's and Goodwill. It was a Goodwill, and it was the Salvation Army, and then we went to Ollie's. So, and this time Ollie's had, I thought that it almost looked like they had every Creative Haven book there. Some I didn't ever even heard of. And I was like, holy crap, and they were only, was it $1.99 or $2.99 each? But I flipped through them because if I'm not going to color in them, I'm not just going to buy them just to say that I have them. That's kind of ridiculous. Although it would be nice, you know, to have all those books. If I'm not going to color them, I'm not going to bother. That just makes no sense. I got one book. I'm not even going to tell you which one it was. Then they had a horror book there. And I don't even know what kind of, next time I go there, I'm just going to either take a picture of it or video my Ollie's experience, because I don't even know what it was about. It looked like it was almost like a comic strip, and it just was, to me, it didn't pique my interest at all, except for the fact that it said it was a horror book on the front. And they also had at Ollie's my favorite all-time coloring book, which is this one. They actually had this one there this time, and I only saw that at Five Below, and here they had it for $3.99 there. When I got it, it was $5. But man, that would be one I would get and just color again, because I really like that book for some reason. I have a picture in there that I didn't color yet, but I'm hoping by the end of the year I get that whole book colored. I was going pretty good there for a while. It was like almost every time I had 2 or 3 pages that I did. And I had messed up one page where it bled through. My very first page, I went and colored it and didn't bother checking, and when I looked on the other side the next time when I flipped through there, I was like, oh crap. And it wasn't, wasn't anything that I could have covered up. It was purple and green, and it just bled right through. And so, and it bled right through onto a double page, so I had to finagle my way into fixing it by photocopying the other page, the other side, and making it fit in the book. And I would have gotten another book, but I just didn't feel like it at the time. So anyway, that was the only problem I had with that book, and it was my own fault. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be where his skin is, because it doesn't really look. I did this here silver because it's looks like the knife, and I'm guessing this is all blood droplets, so I'm going to do all these little dots here. But these here, I'm guessing they're the skin, so I'm just going to color them whatever the skin color is going to be, whether it's going to be a green zombie or if it's going to be regular flesh color. And I think he's got some blood splatter along here. I don't care, I'm just going to color it blood splattery. And then I'm going to go along these guys. I'm just going to go over top of them. Just right along that line there. And then along the stitches. This is a very bright red, but I can't be picky about which ones I have because I don't, this one and this other one, they're the same color. But I was going to do this in pencil, and I still can, which I think I might do anyway. Just to make it a little bit darker. Remind me of centipedes. Oh, those things, millipedes and centipedes, they freaking bug me. No pun intended, bug me. Because they just, ugh. They look gross when they, all their little leggies go across the floor. Ugh, yuck. Hate them suckers. They freak me out. Oop, there's a little circles here. A little bit of blood splatter, I'm thinking. That's what I'm gonna color it as. Blood splatter. Why not? Lots of stitches. Almost like Frankenstein's monster. I wonder why he never really named his monster. And it's just weird because everybody refers to Frankenstein as Frankenstein. And Frankenstein isn't, the monster isn't Frankenstein. Frankenstein's the doctor who made him. So his name isn't Frankenstein, but everybody, it's kind of like a thing where when you talk about Frankenstein, you're talking about the monster, but you're saying Frankenstein, which is really strange. Anywho, we are going to do the dark. I'm going to do the dark of the shirt. Color the shirt, and then that shall be it for this video. So I don't want to go too long or it's going to not load for me. It's got attitude. So I might just be able to do this part here. Anybody like Bruce Springsteen? When I went to school, there were kids in my class that just, when he was popular, they were just like, oh my God. They even formed the Springsteen gang. I'm like, oh my God, you guys need a life. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not enough to have that kind of a following. Yeah, I was kind of stumped at what color to make the shirt, but this is the only color I could think of that would have not messed up, because this is going to be red, and then I couldn't make it black, really. I mean I could have, but and then I would have been in with that, and so brown's all right. Better than nothing. So I'm gonna get some more of this going in here, a little bit here. I know I do my shading different than most. I do what makes me comfortable. Doesn't look that bad in the end. Sometimes I'm not too happy with what I'm doing, but it's okay. Nothing to get all stressed about. Although sometimes I don't like this one. I know I don't like one illustrator, and they are Millie something or other. I can't remember what their last name is, but their books, like there was one there I saw today, and I was like, I can't do those, because, and it was like an animal one, and I like animal ones, but no, I just didn't like, because she does it in a way where it's a lot of tiny things, and it's just too much busyness going on, because I'd end up just getting them and just covering everything up. So I mean, the whole point is to color those, I guess, those different areas, and no, it wasn't for me, so I did not get her book, because that would have stressed me out. Trying to be nice about coloring it. Alrighty, I think this is going to be it. I'm going to call it quits and finish it up. If I don't finish, okay, I'll do it this way. Look, if I don't finish it up after this, I will leave it for Terrifying Tuesday. I'm not making any promises, but either way, you'll get to see what it looked like, how the finished product looked like, if I don't post all these ones that I've finished lately. You'll see it in my month-end finished pages. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys on Terrifying Tuesday. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, thank you so much. And comment if you'd like to. Let me know what you thought about the scary story. If you like this or not, let me know. I mean, like, sometimes it's pretty cool to have like a story in the background. Me, I don't edit, so I'm still trying to figure out the ins and outs of how people get fancy with their videos, and so this is my way of, in case, instead of music, I have like a little story going, because I think that's just a cool way of doing it. It's something different, not like everybody. I don't want to be like everybody else, so I like to change it up a bit. Anyway, I was thinking maybe like in the future, switching up months, like every other month. One month would be true crime, and one month would be scary stories. Do it that way, just to change it up a bit. But let me know what you think. Just write it down in the comment area. If you'd like to, and stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, stay colorful, stay creepy, and stay tuned for the next video. Oh, before you go, please stay kind. It does matter. Bye bye for now.